thing we're gonna do is get a cup of sugar, like this, and put it in the big old thingy that we're gonna mix stuff in. Yeah. And then you take 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and put it in here with the sugar so that it blends in and no one will know. And then we take the Karo light corn syrup and put it in this little 1/2 cup thingy all the way to the top. So that there's a 1/2 cup of this in the stuff. Yeah. And you take your little spatula thing and you pour it all in there because this is super sticky and you need to make sure that all of it gets in so that it's super great. Yeah. And you can scrape it off like this or like this or just like, you know, let it hang out for a while. Yeah. Yep. And then we're almost done with this step. Okay, sure, that'll do. And you stir it up. Stir it up. And eventually it'll all clog up into like a super sticky thing, like over there. Scrape along the edges to make sure it doesn't stay up on the sides and it all gets mixed in. Yeah, and when this goes in the microwave, it'll be easier to handle. But for now, you're stuck with the stickiness. And that's about done. And when it sets, you let it sit and it starts looking better. Whoa! And yeah. And this goes in there. How long is the first one? And so you take what you finished stirring and left sitting because you were making other ones to prepare for the next thingy. And so it's super hard and sticky and can't even put the spoon in it. And so you lay the spoon like this because you want to keep it in there for when you have to stir later because it all has to be really fast. And you put it in here in the microwave on high for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And then you find the start button. There we go. Yeah. So while your thingy's in the place, you get ready by getting a cup of peanuts. Whatever, is it salted?
Spanish.
Oh, we have Spanish peanuts here. They're salted, reddish, red skin. Spanish peanuts. And we take a cup of it and we get it ready over here. Also later we're going to be using some vanilla extract and tablespoons of butter along with a teaspoon of baking soda. So that's good to have prepared. You're also going to need to butter some pans for later.
This is another preparation in making peanut brittle. You want to have everything ready because you're going to be dealing with it rapidly at times. So I have put a tablecloth on this table and I put wax paper all over it so when the peanut brittle becomes mainly lukewarm and we can lay it out for it to continue to cool off before we put them in the cans or the containers.
Been watching our timer for the past 4 minutes and also doing things. So now it's at 5 seconds and you have to prepare yourself. Ready? Okay. So you take it out and real quick you rush over here and you put your peanuts in and you have to do it before it hardens and you stir it up real fast, real good. Make sure it gets all over the place and that's good enough. And you put it back in here quickly.
No, you go to the next one. Okay.
And then you put 4 minutes because you have 2 minutes each. So if you watch the timer, you have 2 minutes. And when it gets to 2 minutes, you stop it and take it out and stir it up again. And I put 4 minutes because it's 2 and 2, and I don't want to forget which one I'm at because I'm making so much peanut brittle. Oh boy! So you take it out at 2 minutes and stir it. And then you put it back in for 2 minutes and we're going to do the other things. So we have 15 seconds left. And when it gets to 2 minutes, we're gonna open. Oh, do I click just stop once on this microwave?
You can probably just open it.
Or just open it? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open. Okay, and so you take it out and you put it down here and you stir it a bunch. I don't know why we stir it here, but it helps things happen. And so you do it. And then you'll see it's starting to set and get sticky and hard again, and so you want to just get all the peanuts off the walls and leave this down and put it in for the remaining 2 minutes. Oh, you should also at this point definitely have your vanilla extract prepared so that you can put it in a little thing and do stuff. And also your baking soda and your butter, because the next step is really fast and crazy. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And so you run over here and you put a butter, a tablespoon, and then you put a tablespoon of this. And then this is the cool part. Oh, just okay. And then you put this in and it goes poof. And it starts smelling really good, and you stir it really fast and get rid of the butter. The butter should disappear.
Scrape the sides.
Yeah, you scrape the sides too. Thanks, Graham.
Welcome.
Yeah, and you have to do this really fast because the next step is pouring it on the tin, and you don't want it to harden before you pour it. Okay, so you start pouring, and you want to move it around so it doesn't go on too thick. And oh no, I did it wrong. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Scrape the top.
Oh yeah, the top is there too. And so it doesn't matter what it looks like here because it's gonna taste so good. So good. And you want to spread it. Oh, just kidding, you don't want to do that because that just doesn't look great. And it's really hard now. And you have to scrape it and it hurts your arms after a while. But you gotta pull through because it's totally worth it. Oh no! And then you forget about all the little mistakes and just ignore them. And Graham has a knife, and that'll help things. I think I did okay though. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think this one's gonna be a little dark.
Oh.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is.
Just the way we like it.
Yeah, just yeah.
Turn.
Oh, yeah, sure. And then she scrapes this off of my spoon and puts it over there. Oh, and this is buttered. I think I mentioned it earlier, but it's a good thing to remember. Yeah. And,
In her car.
and so you poke the things. And then when you've given up and that's all you think you can scrape off, you just stop. I haven't given up yet, you see. There's this one peanut left. And eventually it'll stop messing around, and there you go. See, and it's already getting hard, and so you leave it there, and then it's going to be wonderful in a little bit. And so you just, oh no, there we go. Yeah, and so you let this cool on your handy-dandy cooling things, and you leave it there until it looks like you're going to do things. Yeah. Cooling. We've done 4 other batches. And so when it's done, you can feel on the bottom that it's not super hot. And on the top too, like you go like this and you're like, oh, it doesn't burn. Same down here. And then I already popped it because it's my favorite part. And you just sort of pop it and it all pops off. It should at least if you put like the butter and everything's cooled off and done right. And on this table we have the wax paper. And we just flop it on, like right here. And we'll come back later and break it. Yeah, and then you eat these little parts. No longer any peanut brittle here. We're going to butter it down and get it ready for the next batch. But unless you're making it for millions of people, you may not have to do that step. Your peanut brittle. And I still haven't shown you how we pop it. And so all you do is you hold it down here, and then you push up, and it pops. And you can push up from the sides too to make sure it's extra popped. And then you just pull it off and put it upside down. So it can really cool down, and we'll crack it all later and put it into these little tins. And yeah, And any stragglers you can just eat. And you know it's ready to pop when you feel on top and bottom and it's not super hot anymore. And if you're not sure, you can take off like a straggly piece, like one of these, if they're not attached to the full thing, and just sort of eat it. And if it's crunchy, it's done.